From the app perspective, you've been featured by the App Store. Is it once or twice so far?
Oof, more than that. So
Really?
yeah. So we launched in May 2020.
Okay.
We got picked up by the French App Store. So you have editors in each market that like spot your app and they might want to feature it if they find it cool. So we got featured in July 2020 in the French App Store. And then I think we've been featured probably 20 times on the French App Store. But up until last summer, the summer of 2022, we had not been featured in the US yet. But that changed in July 2022. So you receive that email or this notification saying your app has been picked up by the US App Store.
Oh, man.
It's like party,
Yeah.
You're just so happy and you celebrate. And actually, I got this email again this morning. So we're again featured on the US App Store. It's been
so cool.
It's like very recurring. Once they know you, once they like what you do and you push updates regularly, they really feature you a lot, and that's great because it really starts this organic flywheel of growth where people discover you, they rate the app. It's really important to make sure that people are going to rate the app at the right time.
You said when you push updates regularly, is that just like you imagine they have just some automatic algorithmic rate of update pushing, or do you mean that it needs to be that you're releasing new features or substantively creatively adding to the app? Just would love to hear a little bit more about what you mean by pushing updates.
So App Store experts probably are going to curse me and send me DMs because I don't have any insider information about how that goes, how that works. I believe that there might be some algorithmic. I've heard that it's even more so on the Android store than on the App Store, where it's more editorial. So you might be discovered by, an editor. They might hear about you. They might, in the US, it all started because we got featured in TechCrunch. So someone at Apple saw that article and read about the app and featured it. So it was not about the amount of updates, but it does help if you're playing the game of updating, fixing bugs, answering reviews. It's all, of course, going to be seen and perceived as something that you're doing well. And it's virtuous, I think.
So was there a process in getting the initial feature or getting in TechCrunch or all that, or has it all been organic? No pun intended.
So
Sorry.
No, that was a good one. The first feature was completely organic. I think, it was a new app, and I guess that somehow it gets on their radar as well when there's a new app that gets really high ratings from the beginning. There might be something algorithmic about that. And regarding the TechCrunch article, it's a journalist that I've been following for a while. He's also on a vegan diet. I like his article, so I thought, let's shoot him a DM. We had a common interest in Midjourney. I don't know if you know Midjourney. It's this AI images creating, you can create an image based on the prompt. And we just started talking about a couple of things and told him about Kuri, and he was interested enough to write a story, and it was fantastic. I didn't expect that, but yeah.
That's awesome. It sounds like you found the right person. So you guys hit it off right away.
Yeah, absolutely.
So while we're on this topic, I have one observation question. There's been I've seen a lot of activity and discussion around several articles recently about the growing importance of Reddit in search, and this sensationalized to the point of is Reddit replacing Google search, right?
Reddit.
So I was interested I was just kind of Googling around about Kuri just to see what else is on there. And I came across a post from you on Reddit 2 years ago, right? So right when you were getting started, that I made this app I made this iOS app, and it's about this. It was just like a very brief post, and then just there was just a lot of comments, a lot of conversation. And I thought that was kind of fascinating, just the quality of the feedback you were getting and the response that early. And it felt very sincere. I think the words like delightful and kind, and just, a lot of sincerity there. So I'm interested, right, it's amazing, the App Store and TechCrunch, but this was very early in your journey. What was that like getting, was Reddit, do you remember that post? Do you remember that conversation? Or it's just,
absolutely.
Tell us more.
I haven't thought about that since a while, actually, because I used to mention Reddit as one of the first channels where we got our initial users. And it's true that it works really well because, first of all, the Reddit community is very wholesome and very progressive as well, in my opinion. There are a lot of really exciting communities, whether it's for recipes or, I don't know, something called volume eating. I don't even know what that is, but there's like a volume eating subreddit. And you get good engagement when you post something that is sincere. You're not trying to link to your YouTube channel for the recipe. You're just sharing the recipe with a photo that you took. They don't like professional photos on Reddit. You just take a photo of the meal that you cooked at home. That's how they want to see it, because they want to see it as authentic. And the response was very, very sincere and very encouraging for us. So that was a great channel for us to post recipes from time to time. Some of these posts have done wonders in terms of user acquisition. So I would definitely recommend it. It's a sort of like, manual, low cost acquisition channel. It requires a lot of time still. I don't want to do like a quick post that's not meaningful, that's, that I'm going to copy paste on several subreddits. That's not how I do it. You have to do it very authentically. And this is how you get the most interesting conversations.
I have a follow-up to that. So